What if everything that you was told about calorie counting is completely and utterly wrong when it comes to losing weight? Now, with calorie counting, you know, it's a bit boring, counting your calories, weighing everything out and thinking that you're going to get a result. But the negative side of the result is, yes, you're going to lose muscle, you're going to lose fat, you're going to look leaner, but you're going to be less healthy, okay? Then on top of that is that if you're doing calorie counting, when you stop calorie counting, you will start to gain the weight back slowly. So I've got a different holistic approach. So in the UK, we've got multiple nationalities in England. So you've got Asians, you've got Black Africans, you've got Mediterranean people, you've got European people, you've got British people. And what you have to remember is that if your British father marries an African, the diet should be totally different to just the standard British diet. Does that make sense? And this is where, if you read the book Nutritional and Physical Degeneration by Weston A. Price, it's a thick book, but it's really brilliant read. And then read the Metabolic Typing Diet book, which is a brilliant read as well, will enable you to understand that all of us are different. Like, some of us are very broad, like myself. Some of us are narrow-shouldered. Some of us are really tall. Some of us are short. Some of us are wide and gain more fat easily. Some people find it really difficult to gain weight and to gain muscle. And these two books enable you to understand that from a much, much comprehensive, deeper level. And with my 26 years of working with clients from all over the world, online, face-to-face, I found that every time I look at the height, look at how wide the person is, and look at their ethnic racial background, and then give them a diet according to that, their bodies change extremely fast. They don't have to calorie count anything. They don't have to weigh anything out. They just have to go by food proportion size. So what I mean by that is that if you're a carbohydrate type, that means that you love carbs all the time. You're quite a chilled out person. You're not alpha male in your face like me. And what you will find is that you probably won't want breakfast in the morning. But in the media, it says that you have to have breakfast in the morning. This is completely wrong. It depends on your ethnic racial background and where you come from. So if you don't have breakfast in the morning and you seem to do all right from eating from 12 o'clock onwards, and then you might have your last meal about 7 o'clock and you're never gaining weight, that shows that that is okay for you and you're probably a carbohydrate type. Now, in the metabolic typing system, you've got carbohydrate types, protein types, and mixed types. And when the person is overweight or obese or not in shape, they're putting the wrong fuel inside the body. So they may be a protein type like me, but they're eating too many carbs. So that means they'll get fatter than me because they're eating too many carbs. And I've had it in my own body as well. If I eat too many carbohydrates, I start to get love handles. As soon as I cut down the carbohydrates, which some people will say is calories, but it's not, it's the food that I'm putting in, not the calorific intake. Does that make sense? So if I eat, say if I ate 10,000 calories of steak and 10,000 calories of carbohydrate, it will be the carbohydrate, the bread, the pasta, the potatoes and rice that would make me put on weight. But it wouldn't be the 10,000 calories of meat. I would not put any weight on whatsoever. And this is proving how calorie counting doesn't work. Yes, it works for everybody to drop weight initially, but then it's affecting your organ health. It's affecting your muscle skeletal health. And this is what the trainers that haven't studied any courses, because most trainers that are pushing calorie counting have done no extra in-depth studying of nutrition. That's why they get away with calorie counting. Does that make sense? And like I've said to trainers that I know that push calorie counting, if calorie counting is so good, why isn't every doctor doing calorie counting with their patients? Why is there fat people? Because it's obviously completely wrong. Does that make sense? So the clients that I work with, when I start you on a program with me, I look at your diet and lifestyle over a 10-day period. Then once I've got all that data, then I work out, have you got any allergies? Because the allergies could be causing the weight gain, okay? So if you've got an allergy to potatoes and you're having potatoes with every meal, this is why you're not getting into shape, as well as other things, because you could have an IgG or an IgA response, and different responses. One means that you cannot eat that food anymore, ever, and another response means that in 30 days you can change that allergic reaction to that food. So when you see that Weetabix now is £8 a box, which I would never eat anyway because it's just basically crap for your body, it's not giving you the protein, the awesome vitamins and minerals that you need, because it's all artificially added, excuse me. So really important to remember that if you're a black African woman and you've got a huge bum and a huge belly, this is because you've made your body, one, insulin resistant, because you're eating too many carbohydrates and too much sugar. And I see this everywhere in London, these huge black women, and I'm thinking all you need to do is change your diet and exercise more. I was on the bus the other day and I had to go from Battersea Power Station to Marble Arch, and it's a long way to walk, so I jump on the bus. And I see this woman, she gets on the bus, she goes 2 stops, she gets off the bus. I'm like, you could have walked that. And many people are like this today. They just want to do everything easy. And this is what calorie counting is all about, doing everything easy, but then you damage your health long term. So it's highly, highly important to find yourself a trainer that's done the metabolic typing diet course, which is 3 levels to it, and then doing the metabolic, then doing FDN, in which to make sure you get somebody that really knows what they're doing to help you get the result that you're looking for. My qualifications are behind me. So what I found is that I had one guy, this is a case history, guy come to me, he was 3 stone overweight. He was 6'2", what was he, 16 stone. He should have been a good 14 stone. So I said to him, right, what have you been doing? And he went, oh, my diet's brilliant. I just want you to train me. And I went, well, I don't do that. If I'm just going to train you, it's going to be pointless if I don't look at your diet in which to get you into shape. So he was eating like a carbohydrate type, loads of bread, loads of pasta, loads of rice, loads of grains. So I said, right, I think you're a protein type because you're broad, you're tall, you're heavy set. So let's get you on a protein diet with carbs. And he went, can I still have bread? I said, yeah, you can have rye bread. So we switched him over to rye bread. We got him to eat always more meat on the plate than carbohydrates. We went from vegetable carbohydrates to grain carbohydrates. And he dropped all the weight. And he couldn't believe it. He was going, Scott, I've tried everything, but you've just switched it a little bit and I've done it and I can't believe I've dropped the 3 stone. So it's just as simple as that, is that when I see somebody that's underweight, say somebody comes with anorexia or something like that, that can be linked to parasite fungal infection, as well as a depleting vitamins and minerals in certain parts of their body that makes them switch to that way, and their brain is not functioning properly. So remember that your health is in your gut. So if 90% of your immune system is in your gut and your diet is shocking, how can you expect to be healthy? And this is what made me laugh during COVID, when they were saying to people, what was it? Oh, you could still go down the pub, you could still buy loads of alcohol and eat like an idiot, and then saying that vitamin D didn't work, which it 100% did, and zinc 100% works, and staying away from alcohol will strengthen your immune system. And they were saying completely the opposite in the media. I never had the jab, lucky enough, but it really made me realise that the media, some of what they're putting out there is just absolutely unbelievable. And with the Monjaro jab, people are doing that, but they're not exercising, they're not changing their diet, and they're losing muscle, they're losing bone. So this is going to cause a whole lot of other problems. So don't go down the Monjaro route. Read this book, or book me, and you will get in shape 1000% without any calorie counting. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe there. Please like the video, please share. And this is just my experience of 26 years. I don't believe in calorie counting. I would never get anybody to calorie count. I think it's an insult for what they're paying you. Thanks very much. Bye.